Planet Moolah asks, why the Air Force over the Marines? Um, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. If there was any other branch that I would join in the military, it would be the Marines. The Air Force just happens to be the first one I chose. The Marines came to see me in high school. The only branch that came to see me in high school was the Marines. Came to my house. I'm like, I don't know why y'all here. My dad was in the Army, and he always told me stories about swimming in swamps and 12-mile ruck marches and jumping out of planes, and sleeping in the field, 15 days in the field. I'm like, pass, bro, pass. I ain't got time for all that, bro. And so just as time progressed, as I got older and matured a bit, you start hearing about the Air Force. Okay, so the Air Force is the weaker branch. It's the smart branch. It's where all the intellectuals go. All the smart kids go to the Air Force. And that's where it kind of clicked that I don't like the dirt. I don't like getting my hands dirty. Um, I enjoy quiet, peaceful, air-conditioned environments with Starbucks on the desk, with cell phone service. And when I go to deploy, I like to do my same job. Just happen to be in a different country, but I'm not holding a rifle. In every other branch, with probably the exception of the Navy, you are infantry first. Army, the Marines, you are taught to shoot a gun before you're taught to do a trade. Now, of course, this applies probably to the Navy and the Air Force in the same way that you have to go qualify probably at the shooting range or CADM. You still got to qualify to shoot a gun. But your first job when you deploy or you get your first base is not. No. The Air Force is different in the way that they want this. They want this. In a way, all the branches want. So again, most of the military branches are similar and the same fundamentally. But it's when you get into the weeds, is when you get into the different AFSCs, the different jobs, the different MOSs, the different purposes of each branch, and why there's a branch for certain purposes. Certain missions require certain branches. It's like the Air Force trying to go, do the job of the Coast Guard. For what? They're better at it. They're better equipped. Their tools match the mission, the purpose. It's like F-16 trying to attack. I mean, okay, the F-16 is probably capable of doing so, but yeah, each branch is different. And so by choosing a branch, you're choosing your mission set for the next 4 to 6 years. What's essential is defined differently across the branches. So in the Marines, they might all be essential, whereas the Air Force, it's different. It's different. So, yeah, I tend to be absolute in my thinking. It's something I'm addressing with my therapist currently. To add more nuance to my life, not trying to be black and white all the time. Hell yes, no. There has to be some type of balance, and I try to bring that out. But when I chose a branch, I'm like, I'll take the luxury branch over the rough and tumble branch. But I tend not to pick anything in the middle, which the Army and the Navy. No, give me the worst branch in terms of physical, requirements, or give me the least in terms of physical requirements. And I chose the least. No regrets at this point. No regrets. So, yep, chose the Air Force. Why you should choose the Air Force over the Marines? I can't make the decision, but in most cases, I think the Air Force is better fit for those who are trying to use the military as a stepping stone. Those who are just here for the benefits. Obviously, there are more variables to account for as far as why you join the military. But yeah, if you're seeing the Air Force the way you should see it, meaning you see the Air Force, you see the military as a job. For some, it's a career. For some, it's a calling. Granted. But in most cases, for 90% of people, it's just a job. It's just, I'm trying to get education. I'm trying to get, travel a little bit. I'm trying to get out of my hometown. I'm trying to get out of my parents' house, trying to get financially stable. Pick the branch that's closest to the civilian world, meaning there are more desk jobs probably, arguably in the Air Force than any other branch. And then deployments. Who wants to be deployed on a ship in the bowels of the Titan? No. In my opinion, you won't catch me on a ship for longer than the length of a cruise. And then, of course, I don't sleep in fields. I don't sleep in dirt. I don't sleep in sleeping bags. I sleep in hotels. I'm different. I'm different. But yeah, major differences, major contrast between the Air Force and Marines, mainly because of the purpose of each branch. So just keep that in mind.